Yo, have you outgrown your home business? Let's talk about it. What's happening, everybody? Boy Big Brando, and today we're gonna be talking about growing out of your home business and into a brick and mortar. Now, most of you guys already know my thoughts on this, and it basically stems from operate from home as long as you can. But the reason I'm making this video is because a lot of the conversations I had at the Impressions Expo and here at my own retail store was all about, hey, I think it's time for me to look into growing outside of my home business and looking for a place to rent. One, this just shows that your business is growing. Two, these conversations are dope to have because I celebrate growth. Your win is my win also. Now, let's just talk a little bit about my shop and the shops that I run, just for a little bit of insight on how I operate. Now, if you've been watching my videos for the last, 4 or 5 years, you'll notice that I record in different locations. The shops change, the environment changes, the background changes. That's because I open up these little shops, I get them up and running, and then I move on to the next. Now, when I say little shops, all I'm looking for is an office space. A lot of people, when they're looking into moving their print shop out of their home and into an actual location, they're looking for retail space, they're looking for warehouses, they're looking for industrial manufacturing areas. And if you're operating just with a heat press, that's not needed. All you need is a standard 120 volt outlet to plug your heat press in and some space to store your t-shirts. So if you're looking for a place and you're looking to move out of your home and into an actual location, look for office spaces. Now, the reason I say that is because retail locations, manufacturing locations are zoned as such, and they come with more fees on top of whatever the rent is. When it comes to office spaces, you're just paying the rent for the office space and that's it. Don't bite off more than you can chew. If you're just looking for more space, there's tons of offices in different sizes everywhere around your city. So whenever I look at opening up these little shops, I'm always looking for office spaces. If you're not selling retail goods and you're just printing for other people or just fulfilling online orders, an office space will do you just right. Throw a couple tables in there, throw some shelves up, a space for your heat press, a space for your computer so you can print out shipping labels, and you're good to go. That doesn't require a warehouse. That doesn't require a retail spot, so you don't have to look at those types of things. Now, one thing that a lot of people forget is when they're looking for warehouse spaces, they think they need a ton of space. They need 2,000, 3,000 square feet, but you have to remember a lot of these warehouses are not air conditioned. So if you're in a hot climate, working in a hot warehouse around a hot heat press, not the ideal situation. And to cool down a 2,000, 3,000 square foot warehouse with an AC unit would be crazy expensive just to run, just to cool that thing down. So keep that in mind also. Now, if you are selling retail goods, whether you're selling your own branded t-shirts, whether you're taking in custom orders and you want customers to come in, place the order with you, and be able to pick up their t-shirts from that space, you can still operate out of an office space doing that. I did it for, I think, 2 years. Nothing wrong with that. But if you were looking for an actual retail space for the foot traffic, hoping to get strangers to walk in without you having to solicit for those customers to walk in, it's always important to have some kind of supplemental revenue coming in, meaning don't just rely only on the foot traffic coming in. Make sure you're running an online store. I was talking with one of the homies that came in that's actually looking for a retail space in some sort of like plaza that has a bunch of foot traffic. He's also going to be selling blank t-shirts. He has a strong Rolodex of a bunch of clients he already embroiders for, and he's looking for the retail location to start growing his business. The smart thing that he did was he made sure that he has a steady income coming in every month to cover whatever the rent cost is going to be. When doing something like this, you got to make smart decisions. A lot of times our appetite is bigger than what our stomach can handle. So we're like, I want this, I need this, I'm going to do this. You got to slow down. And you gotta understand that sometimes taking it slow and making better, smarter business decisions is the best thing for you and your business. When you act on impulse, sometimes you could be digging yourself into a hole that you're not privy to. So in order to minimize the risk, make sure you have steady income coming in operating from home currently. And I'm not just talking about 1 or 2 months. I'm talking about make sure that you have a steady income, because you have to pay this thing every single month for a year, 3 years, 5 years, whatever your lease is. you got to make sure that you can actually make the rent on that thing. So build up the clientele now to make sure you can actually cover the cost. That way you can focus on growing the business and everything else will be in the green and will be a win. So like the homie was talking about was supplying blank t-shirts and blank hats and blank stuff for the community already. Whether they're people that have their own home print businesses or just dudes that like to wear blank t-shirts as part of their outfit. I did this long time ago. I sold blank pro clubs out of a retail location just cause it was easy money. The swap meets were already doing it. The liquor stores were already doing it. So why not open a small location and slang blank t-shirts in my neighborhood? Easy call. There's easy money there. And shout out to Fuck What They Say and Local Threads and all the homies down in Vista, California, because they did the same exact thing. They opened up a storefront. They sold their own brands out of that storefront, and they also supplied the neighborhood with blank t-shirts. Very smart idea. Dope way to actually bring in multiple streams of income, because they were doing stickers, they were doing custom stuff, they were selling their own branded merch, they were slanging the blank t-shirts out of there. They made it happen. Now, let's say you don't even want to get into retail and you're just like, I need more space. I'm operating out of my living room. I got boxes all over the place and it's just not the ideal situation anymore. When you're looking for a place, understand what you're actually looking for, how much space is needed. Don't just think about all the possibilities of having this new space and how legit your business is gonna look. Actually think about the production. Actually think about how you're gonna utilize that space. How's it gonna make sense to you? Workflow wise, having blank t-shirts on a rack, is that gonna help you out better? Having more space to fold t-shirts? Really think about square footage, what you need, what you have now, and how much more you need. Obviously, the more the better, but budget wise, you have to think about what makes sense to you. What can you afford and what's an actual upgrade? Sometimes all it takes is just you cleaning up your house a little bit and organizing your house a little bit more efficiently so you can work properly. A lot of us forget about that. A lot of times we're just making our business work within our household when you can actually just clear out a certain area within your household to run the business and work a lot smoother. But let's say you already did that and you're like, all right, cool. I still got boxes everywhere. I'm still working on top of other things. I need to get an actual space to run the business. There are office spaces all over your city right now. You can always use the internet and try to find office spaces. Just type in office space for lease. You could drive around your neighborhood. A lot of times, a lot of these buildings that look like medical buildings are leasing office space. One of my first office spaces that I put a shop in was, I think next door to us was like some logistics company that they did shipping and receiving, but they were just kind of like the dispatcher. And then across from me was a guy that ran a limo business. So he had all his limos and party buses and stuff in the parking lot. And he used a tiny office space that was only like 100 something square feet just to store supplies and stuff for the limos, like drinks and stuff like that. And then he had a computer set up in there. And then I think across from him was a hairdresser, and then myself printing t-shirts. And then in one of the other locations that I had, it was myself, and then there was a rehab facility right next to me, like next door to me. And then on the other side of me was, I believe, a photography studio. And then next to them was like a Meals on Wheels type of setup where they had like a full kitchen in the back. And then next to them was like a kind of like a home nurse dispatch place where they would send nurses to like elderly homes and stuff like that. So when you're finding office space, you don't have to just look for other t-shirt people in that space. It doesn't matter who your neighbors are. You're just looking for the right amount of space for you. So looking in these medical buildings and stuff like that, a lot of times there's smaller office space in there that can benefit you. So like I said, use Google office space for lease in my area. Also here in Los Angeles, there's things called creative spaces where it's just basically an open area that you can do whatever out of, whether it's create content, whether it's start up a photography studio, whether it's run a podcast out of there. So you could also look up creative spaces for lease. I don't know if they do that everywhere, but I know here in Los Angeles, that's a thing. But the office space thing is an easy call. And then when you go in to tour the place to actually check it out, you want to look for the outlets that they have. You want to see if there's an elevator if you're on like the second or third floor, because you're going to be carrying t-shirt boxes up and down. That was a big deal breaker for myself. We went to go look at this other place that was right across the street from one of the biggest malls here in Torrance, Delamo Mall. We're right down the street from there, so foot traffic would have been dope. We were in a big plaza, but the unit was upstairs with no elevator. So imagine bringing all your equipment up there, but then also imagine you bringing all the t-shirt boxes that you're going to be doing up and down. Going to be kind of hectic. That location was dope. The square footage was really dope and the price was good, but we didn't jump on it because of the inconvenience of t-shirt boxes and stuff like that. Do we want to really break our back going up and down, bringing the t-shirts up there to print on and then bringing them down to go deliver them? That didn't sound like the ideal situation for myself and my partner. So we said, nah, we're not going with that one. So the location that I'm in now, I run a retail store in the front and I do production in the back. I also have office spaces where we're doing a lot of other stuff within the offices, but this space works for what we want to do right now. Production in the back, retail in the front. To me, that is the ideal situation for myself because I sell t-shirts. I actually sell t-shirts, but I also process all my online orders outside of here. So not only do we run the retail store, but we also do the online stuff here as well. And we also print for others in the same space. So when we're talking about multiple streams of income coming in, there it is. Hopefully this right here opens somebody's eyes on looking for a place. Hopefully it actually triggers something in somebody's brain about renting out an office space to operate out of. A lot of times we don't think about that because we're thinking office and you're just thinking like, oh man, that's like a lawyer's office or something like that. Office space is just a space for you to plug in your heat press, set up a desk, set up some shelves, you're good to go. But remember, operate from home as long as possible. Do not think, oh, I need to go get a space just because you want more space. If you don't got no money coming in, you are actually gonna put yourself in debt, and that pressure of having to pay the rent every single month is not fun. Operate from home as long as possible. Remember, having an actual location doesn't make you a legitimate business. If you're already operating from home and you have dope clients and you don't need the extra space, being a home business is not frowned upon nowadays. Being a home business is actually dope. There's actually people looking for remote jobs just so they could work from home and not have to go to a location. So think of it that way. Think of it as a luxury to work from home. Do not put yourself in debt trying to keep up with everybody else because you're like, oh, this person has an actual location, I need a location now. No. And don't try to gas yourself up and be like, oh, you know what? I think I'm running out of space here because I got a few boxes in my living room. No, operate smart, make smart decisions. Do not just think because you get this location, now all of a sudden you're gonna have 1 million customers coming in. You still have to do the work of promoting your business and bringing in your clientele. Just because you have a location doesn't mean people are just all of a sudden gonna find you and start coming in. You still need to put in the work. So if you're already putting in that work, do it for your home business. What's gonna make you work differently having an actual brick and mortar location versus a home business? You're still gonna have to promote either or. So take on a lot more extra overhead or save on that overhead and put more money in your pocket. You be the judge. Now, if you got any questions about anything I spoke about in this video, and if it was all over the place, I apologize for that. I'm only making this video because this was a constant conversation that I was having during the Impressions Expo. And also when I opened up the store on Sunday, there were so many of you guys that came in and we're talking just about looking for a workshop, looking for a shop, looking for a space to work out of. So if all of them had those same questions, chances are a lot of you might have that same question also. So that's why I made this video. If you got any questions, leave it in the comments for me. Follow me on Instagram if you wanted to, Big Brando TV. Catch you guys on the next one, man. Yeah.